In the morning, presented by First Commonwealth Bank on WCCS, and it's time now for an interview segment at 8:46, brought to you by Marcus & Mack, voted best personal injury law firm in the Best of Indiana County contest. Marcus & Mack, a law firm representing injured people. Now, we are joined this morning by Indiana County Commissioner Mike Keith. If you're looking on Facebook, he's standing to the left. To the right is Indiana County Coroner Jerry Overman, Jr. Gentlemen, thanks for being on the show today. How are you guys doing?
Thanks for having us. We're doing great.
Good morning, Josh.
Good morning. So it is good to have you both here. And this is actually a good occasion for the coroner's office because this is an open house. Now, when people think open house and coroner's office, in this case, it's not morbid, it's not scary. It actually sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
Could you tell us a little bit about the new Indiana County Forensic Center?
Well, a few years back, we discussed the need in Indiana County because things are growing. Death investigation is taking new steps, and there's more required, more technology available. So we talked with commissioners about moving into having a autopsy facility within our area. So we explored the ideas, we come up with some stuff, and we ended up finding a building that was previously owned by Victory Energy. We purchased and retrofitted it to work as a morgue and office space for us. So now, we'll have a two-table office morgue, a morgue with office space and a meeting room with family and a training room within the facility. So that's how it all got started, and now we're ready to move forward and share with the public before we actually start operations.
So everything is set and ready to go for this facility. So talk about, you said that this was just kind of based on the impetus that investigations have gotten more advanced over the years? Yes,
they have. There's more required. Each year seems like there's more you need to look at. Technology is getting more advanced. And if it's anything like a homicide or something to be prosecution or litigation, you need to make sure you have everything covered, as far as investigation, getting medical records and doing autopsies, doing, if need be, DNA testing and all that kind of stuff. So now we have the facility to do that in, not just for our county, but also for surrounding counties that need autopsies performed.
Mike, when this opportunity came up to give the coroner's office this upgrade, obviously this was something that the county government jumped right all over on.
Yeah, actually, that started back in November of 2020 with a 20-minute conversation with Jerry and at the time Bob Podasic. He started it with how much the cost was of doing an autopsy. Now, the county has to pay for the autopsy, which a lot of people think that the family does, but the county pays for it.
The county pays for it, okay.
And on an average, Jerry shared with me about 60 autopsies a year that Indiana County does. So, again, we put in budgets, and you need to be fiscally minded. So, at the time, Jerry was taking the bodies to Somerset, down to Forensic DX. And after the budget was passed, I think it was probably the end of March, Jerry came and said, we just got a $300 increase from that company. And I'm like, in March, we already have the budget set. Now you're shoving $300 on top of that.
Yikes,
that knocks it up. So that being said, that's when the wheels really started turning. And at the end of the day, this is not only a savings in a way for the county because you don't have the travel time, you don't have the extra. But the other thing is, it's advantage because this is actually an opportunity for the county now to actually offer other counties that have the same thing but don't have this kind of center come to here to actually have their work done.
So in essence, it also can act as I don't want to make it sound like we're making money on a morbid way, but it sounds like this could be a potential windfall for the county as well. Then,
yes, it will benefit the county as far as some financial needs. Yes, it's not going to be, $1 million business.
Oh no,
off the bat or anything like that. But
right,
going forward, as there's a bigger shortage of pathologists, yes, that could create even more people coming here to use our facility.
It's definitely going to. It sounds like it's an interesting thing. Now, when people come to see this, are they going to? Because I think a lot of people, whenever they think about morgues or forensic centers or things like that, they have a very specific image of it. For me, it's watching NCIS, watching those labs.
Yeah.
Is it? I know it's not going to be anything like that, but the technology is there and everything is going to be there, right?
Yes, everything we have will be in a room for now. Obviously, we're going to advance forward with other technologies as time permits and things advance. But don't be afraid of a morgue. It's basically an operating room.
Yeah, that's what
It's an operating room on deceased persons.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I was just quoting my pop culture reference there.
And honestly,
you're right.
Josh, when you walk into the facility is actually set up very respectful for the family. When you walk in, you actually don't see none of that. Everything's behind closed doors. What you basically see is an office setting.
Yeah.
And also, there's an educational part of this, too. If you remember, months ago, the county commissioners signed an agreement with Westmoreland Community College.
Yeah.
West Virginia University.
Right. WVU on that. Yeah.
So again, those students down there will actually be educated down here, but they're going to come up here and do their hands-on experience here.
Wow,
Remember
that's pretty impressive. Now, you said that as you mentioned, the public part that the people would normally see, not the working part of it, but the office part. That also will include a kind of a grieving room for families. You said.
Yeah. We'll have a family meeting room. That if I got to meet with family or law enforcement, something like that, if they need a nice, comfortable space, we have a space for that.
This is impressive. This again just came out of 2020 when a conversation just sparked over the issue, and then the impetus came up for with the fee increase. So I have to ask, with that in mind, have you set a fee schedule then for maybe doing this? Would it be competitive with what Forensic DX is offering?
I really don't want to speak on those terms because right now we're just finalizing the company with the pathologist contract.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, the county will actually see a revenue stream. And again, like you said, I don't want to be sounding morbid, but a revenue stream that the coroner's office in this county had never had. The coroner's office always worked off the commissioner's budget.
That's true, yes.
And never had a revenue stream.
Okay. So this will give you that opportunity then. Yeah. Also, I think it would be able to allow you to expand as technology changes as well.
Correct. And there are, some things we're looking at to be the ability to move forward and to expand. But, we will be competitive in pricing. Okay,
yeah.
Like I said, we can't discuss the pricing, but we'll be competitive.
All right.
So we're going to do great with that.
All right. So let's get the particulars. Where is the office once again?
It's at 220 Airport Road.
Okay. And you said it was the former Victory Energy?
Yes.
Okay. And when is the open house?
It will be on Sunday, the 29th.
Okay.
From 1 to 4.
All right, excellent. And it is open to the public. They can come in and they can inspect it and everything.
We welcome the public to come in and inspect to see what we've done and what we're in the progress we're moving forward in this county.
It sounds like an impressive project that has happened. And again, all coming out of a conversation. Let's see if we can do this in-house.
Yeah, and again, it's something totally different that once we educate the people, they're going to have a different sense of what it's all about.
Yeah, understood. And that's part of the effort of having the open house, to educate the public, to talk about what all it can do. All right, so Jerry and Mike, thank you both very much for joining us on Indiana in the Morning. I hope that is not a bad thing there. I hope not too. But again, thank you both very much for joining us, because this sounds like an amazing venture for the county, for the coroner's office. Obviously, this will be a very important tool in the investigative side. Thank you both very much for joining us.
And I'd like to thank commissioners for the support in doing this project. It's well needed.
Definitely. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Jerry Overman Jr. and Mike Keith, Indiana County Commissioner, and Jerry, the Indiana County Coroner, joining us here on Indiana in the Morning to talk about the open house for the new Indiana County Forensic Center. That open house taking place this Sunday from 1 to 4 at their new office on Airport Road in Indiana. Our interviews are presented by Marcus & Mack, voted best personal injury law firm in the Best of Indiana County contest. Marcus & Mack, a law firm representing injured people. It is 8:55 here at Indiana in the Morning. We're glad that you could join us once again here, and we're hopefully you'll be able to continue to join us as we go into our next hour. We'll have Nicole Sipos, Indiana Borough Manager, joining us at 9:10 or 9:15, right after our 9 o'clock news. And we'll also have some star students from the Indiana Elementary School joining us as well in our next hour. And of course, tomorrow we'll continue our series with Indiana Regional Medical Center on breast cancer awareness. That will be at 8:10. Todd Marino will be back on Wednesday's show. We'll also have an interview with the Evergreen Conservancy at 8:45. And at 9:45, Jody Rain